Good morning, guys. Today we're testing pellet gun ammo. We have 22 caliber red flight non-lead heavy penetrators in 22 caliber. We have in 177 caliber gold flight heavy penetrators, also not lead. In 22 caliber, again, we have the standard Crosman domed 14.3 grain. And again, in the 177 caliber, we have the Daisy wad cutter. These are 7.5 grain. The gold flights are 8.5 grains. The red flights are 17.2 grains. So we'll test for accuracy change between the two in each caliber, penetration tests for the pellets that are billed as penetrators, point of impact shift, and velocity change. And we'll see if they're everything they're cracked up to be. We'll be shooting the 177 caliber pellets out of this pump Crosman 2100, and we'll be shooting the 22 caliber pellets out of this Game-O Game Whisperer. So I'll start over the chronograph and we'll shoot 5 shots of each type of pellet and we'll measure the velocities. So we'll start with the 22 caliber Crosman domed Premier. .701. .705. .714. .688. And .688. Now we'll shoot the red flights. .674. .667. .671. .666. .678. And .667. Now we'll test for accuracy and point of impact shift, and we'll start with the 22 caliber. So with the Crosman Premier domed pellets, I shot this little group, and with the red ultra heavies I shot this group, and you can see a little bit of point of impact shift and a little bit of the group opening up there. So a little bit of a change between the two. Now with new targets up, we'll shoot the 177 caliber. And you can see with the gold flights and the Daisy wad cutters, not much of a point of impact shift and not much of an accuracy change either. So we've tested the accuracy and the velocity and point of impact. Now we'll test penetration. Now we'll test penetration starting with the 177 wad cutter. Now the 177 Gold Flight Extreme Penetrator. Now the Crosman Premier domed pellets in 22 caliber. And now the Red Flight Ultra Heavies. Okay guys, so our takeaway from the penetration test. The 177 caliber wad cutter went through 1 can full of water, 2 cans full of water, and stopped in the 3rd one. The Gold Flight Extreme Penetrator maybe opened up a little bit more, a little more energy maybe. It's a heavier pellet. Went through that one and stopped in that one. There's a tiny tear on the bottom of the can you can just barely see right there. The 22 caliber Crosman Premier domed transferred a lot more energy into the can. 1, 2, and barely out the bottom of number 3. So not a lot more penetration than the 177, but a lot more power. Then the ultra heavy Red Flights seem to, if I can find my can, the Red Flights seem to open up more on this larger can. They seem to deliver more energy. And then through can number 2 and through can number 3. So the Red Flights did indeed penetrate a little farther, but the Gold Flights don't appear to penetrate any farther than the standard wad cutter. So what's the takeaway? We shot 2 different calibers with 2 different brands of pellet with 2 different weights for each caliber. We shot the Red Ultra Heavies in 22 caliber, the Gold Flight in 177 caliber, the Daisy Wad Cutters in 177 caliber, and the Crosman Premier in 22 caliber. These are 14.3 grains. These are 17.2 grains. These are 8.5, and these were 7.5. Now, correspondingly, we did see velocity switches, shifts between the heavy to light pellets. In the 177 caliber, we had 602 and 623 feet per second. And in the 22 caliber, we had 672 and 702, which stands to reason. We'll see in the paper targets and the accuracy and point of impact shift, there wasn't a significant amount between any of these. My stance and my shooting varies just enough, and the pellet gun accuracy tolerances are such that I don't think a person would see much of an accuracy change or point of impact shift with either one of these pellets. We saw in the penetration test that the 177 caliber pellets don't necessarily penetrate any farther than the regular wad cutters. And on the 22 caliber, it's possible that they penetrate a little bit more. Ultimately, the biggest difference is the amount of energy transfer with the bigger rifle. So the bottom line is that these pellets are about twice as expensive. You get half as many for a little bit more. But for some people, that's necessary. They can't have a lead projectile in their jurisdiction. For some people, they're looking for a pellet that shoots a little more accurately out of their rifle. Some rifles will like different weights of pellets more than others. So thanks for watching the pellet gun ammunition testing video. Like and subscribe and support our Patreon page, and we'll get some more exciting stuff going. Thanks, guys.